Hello, Steve White, Trekboy89 for Steve Arts89. Well, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I did like Deep Space Nine back in the day before I knew better, and really sort of appreciated what Star Trek was really about. And I wasn't a huge fan of Babylon 5. I was one of those people who felt like Babylon 5 was like the poor man's Star Trek, or they were trying to copy Deep Space Nine or something, or I never felt that was good as Star Trek, and I never really gave it any real attention. I watched a few episodes here and there when it was on TV in like prime time, 8:30 and that. And then once it sort of went to the sort of late evenings, I just ignored it. I think I saw Walter Koenig's episode, and that's about it. And then I bought it all on DVD and watched it all later. And I did appreciate it, although the whole 5-year plan did fall apart, as you all know. So I wasn't as impressed by the overall scope of it. But it was a great show. But obviously one of the standouts was Claudia Christian's character, Ivana Nova. And I hope I've got those names right. And she came to Australia, and I think she was at the Terra Nova 3 convention with John Billingsley and his wife. I'm pretty sure I met them at the same event, but I'm not sure because I threw out all the flyers and all the paperwork for the convention that just kept the photos and the autographs. And I scanned them. They're in a file somewhere, but I couldn't find them, so I'm just going by memory. She was amazing, and that's why the character was so amazing, because she is that amazing. And, she did the usual Q&A and the talks and everything, and, did the autographs and the photographs, and she was really personable and really engaged with everyone. And she just has this way about her. And some actors and people that you meet, they're very much like their character. They've got that sort of star quality or something about them that, it's just special. So I really enjoyed meeting her, and she was very friendly. And afterwards, she was walking around the convention, just out in the area where you can, where you buy merchandise and stuff like that. And she was just chatting to fans and chatting to people and that. And we hung out a little bit, which was really cool, because it was quieting down. And I had a flight to take that night, so I was waiting to leave to catch the bus for that. So a lot of people sort of left to go have dinner and stuff like that, but I was just going straight from there to the flight, so I was there till the place ended. And she was sort of there talking to fans, right to the end. And we chatted and that, and I didn't play down the fact that I wasn't a huge fan of Babylon 5. I was honest with her and I said, look, I haven't really watched the show. I saw a few episodes, but, I remembered you stood out, and you're this iconic character from the show. You sort of carry the show in some ways for a lot of people, although, yeah, I know the other actors and all that, and the whole genius of the 5-year plan, which fell apart when the show was cancelled in its 4th year, but then they got a 5th year, so then they they wound the whole show up in 4 years, and then they wrote this additional sort of 5th year that sort of extended the show on a way, but they didn't really achieve this 5-year plan that was planned, because they thought they were being cancelled in the 4th year. So it was a bit of, so people always talk about the genius of the 5-year plan, the show that was planned, and that's why it's so brilliant, because it was planned, and from the whole, it wasn't just done episode by episode, season by season. It had this overall sort of scope and plan. And we took some selfies and hung out, and she was just really cool. And I just remember thinking, wow, I'm just hanging out with, Ivana Nova. I hope that's how you say her name, because I'm just read it and I'm like, yeah, that was her name. Because I've only watched the show on DVD once. I watched the whole thing all the way through, and that's it. And I just saw random episodes, but I remembered her. And whenever the show was on TV, if she was in a scene, I tended to sort of watch that. And then when they went to the B story or whatever, or whoever else was on there, I just sort of lost interest. So it was great meeting her. And I just wanted to share that. I probably should have done this with the John Billingsley video, because I think they were both at the same event. Because I seem to remember it was the same area, that the merchandise area that we're hanging out in. And he left a bit earlier with his wife, but she was there a bit later, and I hung out with her afterwards. I think there was some sort of fan event afterwards or something that I didn't pay for, because I was going to be flying out, so I couldn't do it. That's probably why she was nice and hung out with me, because I sort of said, I have to fly out a bit, so I can't go to this, but I just wanted to say hello and blah, blah, blah. And she was just really nice. I just wanted to share that. It's a nice positive story. It's not like, William Shatner or Jerry Ryan. Some of these people are actually wonderful people. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think.